The Vikings' big home opener this weekend against the Seahawks. We're excited, and we're excited, Mark Sanchez, to have you on the call alongside Kevin Kugler and Laura Uckman. We were able to watch practice, see the practice facility, talk to the coaches a second ago. What were your biggest takeaways from those conversations?
Well, number one, the facility is gorgeous. I think this has to be one of the top facilities in the league, if not number one. And then watching practice, I thought, coming in to see an 0-2 team, I know that can create a somber atmosphere, right? And guys are kind of moping around and feeling sorry for themselves, tail between their legs kind of atmosphere. And this was a fast, crisp, sharp practice. And I think a lot of that's from the head coach, and I think a lot of that's from the quarterback. I think both of them had great demeanor today. And there's a fine line of pushing guys too hard when you're 0-2 and pushing guys the right amount. And I thought I saw the right amount of that from both of them. And they understand they're, really 2 plays and maybe total of 4 points from being 2-0. So it's a small margin for error in this league. They both understand that. And I think the team is ready to rally.
Kirk Cousins had one of his best games of his career, really, last week, despite the loss. As a quarterback, you return home into your stadium, finally with fans back in there. What do you expect to see from number 8 on Sunday?
Well, if he plays anything like he did the last couple of weeks, he's put the team in a position to win. And that's your job as a quarterback. That's all you can do. You're not out there, catching passes, kicking field goals, any returning punts. That's not your job. And what Kirk knows is to stay in his lane and execute his job. And he is one of the best at doing it. He's maybe a little more analog than digital. He's an old school guy. Not like this huge, social media presence, or he's not very flashy. You're not going to see him on TikTok, but that's okay. This game comes down to cold-blooded execution, and that's what he can do. And with the weapons he has and the offensive coordinator he's got in Clint Kubiak, coming from a great pedigree from his father, the sky's the limit for this team. The process is there. They just haven't had the results in 2 weeks, but I wouldn't be too worried about that. This thing's a marathon.
Don't you just love nowadays that you can talk about quarterbacks having TikToks and social media? I mean, that's definitely not like it was when you were in the league.
It's a little bit different, but that's why you do it, really, to get into the nitty gritty of social media and talk about quarterbacks in their social media.
Right. Well, let's look at the other side of the ball, though, because the Vikings, it's a really weird streak. Russell Wilson is 7-0 against the Vikings defense. And, what does that unit have to do to snap that?
Well, one of the most important things we talked to Eric Kendricks is shore up their tackling. And Coach Zimmer said it's about the angles. You got to be sharp with your angles, and especially a guy like Russell Wilson. He likes to exit the pocket. He likes to spin out. He loves that spin out move to the left. And, these guys are all over it. But with the experience that they have in the back end, they understand that, hey, Russ is going to create plays and, stretch these plays out, elongate these plays. They're, instead of covering a guy for 2, 3, 4 seconds, it could be 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds with the way he runs around. So they understand the emphasis is going to be on, plastering, which means sticking to a receiver as soon as the quarterback scrambles. So with guys like Patrick Peterson and Harrison Smith, veteran guys in the back end, I think that's going to fare them well.
Well, I'm here to warn you that the kickoff, you need to get there early. I know you are going to be there because obviously the
plugs for the big thing and the skull.
There you go. You're going to need it. The atmosphere is going to be electric. It's the grand reopening, they're calling it, of US Bank Stadium. So we're excited about that. We're also excited to have you on the call this week, Fox Sports analyst Mark Sanchez, alongside Kevin Kugler and Laura Uckman. Kickoff set for 3:25 on Sunday. We'll see you there, Vikings fans.